The world isn't rewarding people who only know one thing anymore. It's rewarding people who can connect different worlds together. Imagine a person who trains like a boxer, writes poetry before bed, can build an application from scratch, plays the piano, and somehow still finds a way to study psychology. What would you call someone like that? Most people would say they can't decide what they want to do, or they're just trying to do too much. But history has a different name for people like them. They call them. I researched some of the greatest minds in history, and I started to notice patterns. The people who change the world rarely master just one thing. They master the art of connecting many. Imagine you're about to hire someone. The first person is an incredible programmer. The second person is a really good programmer who also understands psychology, marketing, design, storytelling, and business. Who would you hire? Exactly. That's called becoming a polymath. For almost our entire lives, we've been told the exact same thing. Pick one thing, find your passion, specialize. And honestly, that was great advice 20 years ago. Today, a graphic designer who understands AI will outperform everyone who doesn't. A programmer who understands business will build better products. A YouTuber who understands psychology, storytelling, editing, marketing, and branding doesn't just make videos. They build companies.
It's Pedro Porro, it's Nico Williams at the back to knock it across, and it's in!
Again, triple left.
You are the official new record holder.
500 million subscribers.
Chart on the leg in situation.
The world isn't rewarding knowledge anymore. It's rewarding connections between knowledge. Imagine you spend the last 6 months learning boxing. Then you start learning dancing correspondingly. At first they seem completely unrelated, almost distracting. One is about fighting, the other is about movement. But because boxing already taught you rhythm, balance, timing, and coordination, you improve faster than someone who's starting from zero. Your brain doesn't learn in isolated folders. It builds networks. Every new skill gives your brain another way of solving things. Psychologists call this the transfer of learning. One skill improves the other, even if they look completely unrelated. That's why magicians often become better mathematicians. Chess players become better decision makers, because underneath they're training similar mental muscles. Look at YouTube. You don't need to be the world's best editor or the funniest person or the smartest. But imagine you're 80% at storytelling, 75% at editing, 80% at psychology, 70% at branding, and 75% at marketing. Individually, those numbers aren't extraordinary. Together, they're incredibly difficult to compete against. This is called skill stacking. Think of it like cooking. Salt itself isn't impressive. Pepper isn't impressive. Garlic isn't impressive. But put them together and suddenly you've got something people actually want. Skills work the same way. One of my favorite quotes comes from Steve Jobs. Creativity is just connecting things. That's it. Every invention, every business, every viral idea started because someone connected two different ideas nobody else thought belonged together. For example, Uber connected taxis and smartphones. Netflix connected movies and internet. Airbnbs connected hotels and people's houses. Nothing was invented from nothing. That only happened in the Stone Ages. People simply connected existing ideas. That's exactly what polymaths do. The more fields you understand, the more ideas your brain has available to connect with. Now this is going to be the most important segment of this video. And before we start, I want to congratulate you first. People nowadays don't even have the attention span of a goldfish. A new piece of content every 30 seconds. But you are different. You've made it till this point of this video, and for that, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back. You can consider subscribing to the channel if you found this video helpful. We try our best to produce the best quality videos that actually help you grow. So, if you're interested in that, join the community. Now, back to the video. I want you to do one thing. Choose one primary skill. For example, mine would be YouTube. Now ask yourself, what 4 skills would make this one skill unstoppable? For YouTube, would it be something like storytelling, psychology, editing, marketing? Now instead of randomly consuming information, every book, every course, every video has a purpose. Everything feeds your main skill. That's how polymaths think. They don't just collect knowledge. They build ecosystems. Now, some of you might be thinking, that's cool and all, but I don't want to be good at many things. I want to be a master and the best at one thing. And honestly, so do I. But here's what I realized while researching these topics. The greatest people in the world aren't specialists, but they aren't generalists either. There's something in between. If you want to become the greatest boxer in the world, then yes, boxing has to be your main focus. But imagine 2 fighters. One only trains boxing. The other trains boxing but also studies nutrition, sports psychology, biomechanics, recovery, business, communication, leadership. Who has the better chance of becoming great? Probably the second one. Because every skill makes the main skill stronger. The same thing happens in every field. The best programmer doesn't just write code. They understand design, communication, business. The best entrepreneur isn't just good at business. They understand psychology, negotiation, marketing, storytelling. The best doctor understands people. The best teacher understands psychology. The point isn't to replace their specialty. It's to protect it. Think of it like the foundation. Every skill you learn just adds to the foundation so that you can grow higher and higher. That's the difference. So, maybe becoming a polymath doesn't just mean learning everything. Maybe it's just becoming so curious that every skill you learn strengthens the one that matters most. And once you understand that, success stops looking like luck and it starts looking like design. Thank you for watching this video till the end. If you're interested on how to start learning faster than everyone else, you can watch this video right here. I've spent hours on this research and I'm very sure it will be worth your time. And with that said, I will see you in the next one. Much love.